Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. Welcome to another episode of Jay's Spot. The topic of discussion for tonight is going to be active fathers versus inactive fathers. Like we're going to, break it down the difference between the two. Cuz you have active fathers, who are in their children's lives, and then you have inactive fathers who don't even know when their children's birthday or don't even know what school their kids attend. So it's like, what category do you fit in? But so we're gonna just break it down. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. More importantly, I want to thank everyone that tuned in last week for my first episode. We did great. We touched a lot of topics. We did great. I appreciate everyone who tuned in. Everyone who, wasn't able to tune in, but then, when they got home or when they got the chance, they still tuned in. I want to salute all of y'all because, I can't make this all possible without y'all. Just a few points I want to touch quick, fast. We will air Jay's Spot every Tuesday at 8 p.m. sharp. As promised, I told you I would be airing at 8 p.m. this week, and I kept my promise. So it's a weekly show every week. We're on episode number 2. So, we trying to break the internet. We're trying to get more episodes, talk about more topics. I'm just here. I'm here to talk. I'm here to talk about things other people won't talk about. For what reason, I really don't know. But I'm going to be the voice of the people who scared to talk. More importantly, like if you want to talk about anything, like if it's anything that's on your mind, on your chest, and you want to, you want it to be talked about, you can shoot me an email and I will talk about it. I will catch wind to it, and, topics that are interesting topics, it will be talked about. And my email for you to email me your questions or your topics or whatever you would like to discuss. The email would be actorjrichards@gmail.com. Once again, that email is actorjrichards@gmail.com. So, we're going to get into this discussion tonight. See what y'all got on your mind. See if some stuff I touch, if it, open a heart to those and, change their mind, change their thinking. So as I stated, the topic is about active fathers versus inactive fathers. So, more importantly, before I get into that, I had got a couple of questions from a viewer, and, it was brought to my attention, and some of the questions, there's some interesting questions, and, I feel it should be, discussed. So, we're gonna touch them topics. Salute, Brown, salute, Brownie, salute. What's your meaning of an inactive father? Like, a lot of people don't know the meaning of an inactive father. Like, an inactive father is someone who's just not there, who don't care about the kid, who don't care about the children. The kid that he laid down to make with this woman, and, he's just not there. He's not supplying, any he's not supplying anything. Like, he know that the baby is there, and he don't care. He just went his way. He's like, All right, that's up to her now. Let her handle that. And that right there is like a wrong situation right there. Like you laid down and made that baby, whether it was planned or wasn't planned. You laid down and that baby was conceived. That child was conceived. Now, and that another way you could put it, like an inactive father, like someone who don't give, who basically don't care. Like I really can't get too much into inactive father because I only know about active fathers or being an active father. But a lot of women, they talk about it, their kid's father. He's not there. He's not doing anything. Like he know his kid needs formula. He know his kid needs Pampers. He know his kid needs just needs. He know his child needs, and he's not meeting them needs. Now that right there is wrong because how do you go to sleep at night? Like, how do you literally go to sleep knowing you have a kid out there or you have children out there and you don't care if they ate? You don't care if they have Pampers? You don't care if they're even breathing? Like, how do you go to sleep at night? Like, that don't touch your soul. That don't, like, you don't go to sleep and have dreams and nightmares like, yo, like, I don't know if that kid is living. I don't know if that kid even ate for the night. Like, literally, how do you go to sleep? Because me personally, I won't be able to sleep. I will not be able to sleep knowing I have a kid out there or I have children out there and I don't know how they're eating. I don't know what's going on with them. I don't know if they have a fever. I don't know if they're sick. I would not be able to sleep at night. That's just me. Other men out there, they probably could care. They probably could care less. They probably feel like, I did my part. Now it's up to her to take care of the rest. No, it don't go like that. It don't work like that. You hear me? It do not work like that. And some of these men, like, they really don't care. They really don't care. Now, other other ways for like an inactive father, like a person who, for example, he can know he has a kid. He can know his kid live right across the street. He could see his baby mother coming out the building with that kid, and he won't even go across the street to say, "Oh, hey, how you doing? Oh, let me see my son or my daughter. Like, let me see what's going on." That's someone right there that don't care. We have a question right now. Wow, that's true, Brownie. That's true. And his question states, it's basically a cycle. Like some of us, I'm sorry, it's basically a cycle. Some of it is learned as well. This was also something that took place in slavery, as well as black women were used as a breeding tool, and that's true. It's a bad cycle at that. Like it's literally a bad cycle, and that cycle needs to be broken. That chain needs to be broken. Yeah, it does take it back to slavery days. You have a strong point there. You do got a strong point there, and I mean, the cycle needs to be broken. It really do. It really do. Because you make a kid, you have a kid out there, and this is a part of you. This is a part of you, whether it's a son, a daughter, it's a part of you. And how do you feel like another man is raising your child? Another man is doing your part that you're supposed to be doing. Another man is showing your son or your daughter how to ride a bike. Another man is showing your son or your daughter right from wrong. Another man is dropping jewels on your son or your daughter. And all of this is supposed to come from you, not the next man. It's supposed to come from you. You the one who laid there and made that baby with that woman, or regardless to what. You laid there and made that baby with that woman. So you don't turn your back on the kid. The kid ain't do nothing. The kid ain't do anything to be going through what he's going through or what she's going through. Blessings, blessings. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Franklin Link, thank you for tuning in. But like the kid did not ask to be here. All that kid wants, all that child wants is to be loved, to be nurtured, to be taken care of, to be shown off. You know, you go out, you go outside, you take your son with you, you take your daughter with you, you show them off. You be like, yo, that's me right there. That's a part of me. When I go, he or she is living my legacy. They're carrying my last name. And if that right there don't make you feel good about yourself to know you have a part of you walking this earth, a part of you that's carrying your last name, a part of you that is calling you daddy or father or dad, like that right there, if that don't make you feel good as a man, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. Because me personally, that would make me feel, excuse my language, but that'll make me feel damn good about myself. Knowing I created that child and that's a part of me left here. So when I close my eyes, God forbid, that's a part of me carrying my last name. That's a part of me walking this earth. That's a part of me becoming something. That's a part of me, finishing school, going to college, getting that degree, getting a great job. That's a part of me carrying my legacy. Like, really and truly. And these men out here nowadays, like, they got the game twisted. They got it really messed up. They feel they can make a baby and turn their back on the child. Granted, you turn your back on the mother for whatever reasons, granted, but you do not turn your back on that child. Remember, that child did not ask to be here. That child did not ask to be here. And I have some female friends that when we talk and certain topics come up about, deadbeats or active fathers or inactive fathers, a lot of them, like, I see it in their eyes that they're hurt. Because they look to me and they're like, Jay, but how did me and this man make a baby and, he turned his back on me? Like, how did me and him, everything was so good that night or that day or on that vacation or on that honeymoon. Like, how did it get to this? Like, then they're asking me, like, where did I go wrong? And I'm looking at them like, men they just mess up. They mess up, but they're messing up in a wrong way. Now, granted, some people might want to do abortions. Some people might not want to do abortions. Me personally, I'm against abortions, but you probably tried to talk to that man and the man probably was like, no, just get an abortion. And you as the woman, you want to keep the kid, but the man is like, no, if you keep that baby, I don't want to have nothing to do with you or that baby. And that's crazy because you knew what you was getting yourself into. Put a rubber on. Strap up. Wrap it up. So you don't have to go through these problems in the near future, or in other words, 9 months later, and you're looking at the woman like, damn, I thought she would have got that abortion, but I see she kept that kid. That could be prevented. I have another question. Wow, Brownie, you are absolutely right. Like you are absolutely right about that right there. And one of the viewers has questioned, well, not question, well, his comment. Also, a great part of inactive fatherhood is because many men look at women for lust. They meet women in clubs, social events, and lust after the women for their body parts. Just because a woman has a big butt, etc., etc., they get these sisters pregnant and really have not taken the time to get to know them, to know these women. They no longer are interested in the woman anymore after sex, so they show no interest in the child. And that right there, that's true. That is so true. Because you go to these clubs, you meet these women, strip clubs, whatever, parties, however the case is. Now, you're looking at them and you're like, yo, shorty's bad. You're looking at her from, chances are, I'm not gonna lie, 9 times out of 10, you're looking at her from behind. So you see her butt. So it's like, and then, she turned around, she probably got a cute face, or okay face, or whatever, maybe a gorgeous face. So in your mind, you like, yeah, I just want to, right away you think with your manhood, you like, yo, I just want to hit that. Now you're not thinking, and if you're lucky, you get her the same night. If you're lucky, if not, you exchange numbers with her. You proceed to chit chatting with her. The next thing y'all end up at a hotel or you end up at his house, her house, however the case is. And in your mind, you don't want nothing with this woman. You just want to hit it. You just want to tap it. You just want to see what it's like. And in the back of your mind, as a man, in the back of your mind, you probably know from jump, you're not going to have no serious relations with this woman. So now, the woman gets pregnant now, and she's looking for you for support or for help. But in your mind, you like, yo, I just wanted to hit that. I hit it. Whatever. I don't have no relations with you. I don't want no relations with you. But now a baby's conceived. A baby is conceived now. So now it's like you hit it for that one night. That one night. You lusted for that woman for that one night. You lusted for her. And then now she's, looking for you. She finds you. She's telling you, yeah, I'm pregnant. You looking at her like, who's it for? Knowing it's for you. But you looking at her like, yo, I don't want nothing with you. I just wanted to hit it. Okay, granted, I hit it. I don't want to have nothing to do with you. So, yes, Brownie, you're absolutely right about that. Like, when you're not interested in a woman, you do, it hurts to say this, but you do feel like, seeing I don't want to have nothing to do with her, I don't want to have nothing to do with the kid. But that right there, that's sad. That's sad and that's wrong. Because if you felt that way in the back of your mind, and first of all, why you not protecting yourself? First of all, you just met this girl in the club, the strip club. You met her on the street walking. Why are you not protecting yourself? Why are you running up in her raw dog? Like, why? So now the end result is a child is conceived. He or she is just gonna have the mother, but no father figure, no role model, no male figure in his or her life. So he or she has to grow up in this world as a bastard. Sorry to say, but he has to grow up and be a statistic child, like a lot of other kids out here that don't have no active father in their life, because that man is an inactive father. That man does not care about that woman. He don't care about that woman, let alone he don't care about the kid that was conceived. And that right there, like, is messed up. It is wrong, because these kids are the ones that's suffering. Not the parents, not the man, not the woman. It's them kids. They the ones that's suffering. Because, yeah, they got the mother. They got the mother side of the family, but what about the father? What about the father's love? Granted, that kid is always going to have a mother's love. As they say, a mother's love will never be replaced, I believe. I believe. But the father is like Step up to the plate. Stop being an inactive father and be an active father. Like real talk, be an active father. Okay, we have another comment. Ooh, that's a good comment, Keisha. That's a good comment. Uh, Keisha's comment is: do you think the inactivity of a father in a child's life is due to their upbringing, and that male a father and not having a father and possibly hearing the mom talk down about the father? Uh, that's a good question. I mean a good comment. Oh, you caught me off guard with that one, Keisha. You caught me off guard with that one. But I feel it is a curse. I feel it is a curse because the kid didn't have no role model. The kid didn't have any type of male role model in his life. So it's like it is like a curse because the kid is as he or she get older, they're gonna turn to the streets. They're gonna turn to smoking. They're gonna turn to, in some cases, prostitution, like for some women, because really, like I came across a couple of women in my lifetime. They didn't have a father figure in their life. They didn't have an active father in their life, and they were doing things that I'm looking at them like, why are you doing this? You're a pretty young lady. You're a pretty woman. Why are you doing this? And you know what the answer would be? I didn't have a father to show me different, or to teach me different, or to tell me different. And it's like that missing part of that woman's life growing up. She feels she can find it out there being with other men and running out there doing any and anything just to find love. But she's finding love in all the wrong places. She's finding love in all the wrong places. Now, with the boys growing up, the boys don't have that father figure, that role model. So all they have out there is the streets. Some kids, some young boys are lucky. They are blessed that they take that inactive father and it molds them into a man. They just come up and be like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go out here. I'm gonna bust my ass. I'm gonna play sports. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna get good at it. I'm gonna be great at what I do. And then that's gonna be their way of not thinking about that father figure that wasn't in their life, wasn't in their lives, and they grow up and be great men. But some other boys out there, they're not that blessed. They're not that lucky. Because when they don't have anyone to teach them or tell them or show them different, whatever they see, going on in the streets, they feel like that's it. That's what should be going on. I should be gangbanging. I should be out there walking in stores stealing clothes. I should be out there robbing old ladies. I should be out there breaking and entering. They don't have a father figure in their life to show them or to mold them or to be on their back and tell them, son, that's wrong. Son, that's wrong. Son, that is wrong. So once they surrounded by nothing but negativity, that's what they're going to grow up and run to, negativity. Instead of running to the positive, they're going to run to the negativity. Why? Because the men didn't step up to their plate and do their job as a father. They know they got a kid that live right across the street. They know they got a kid that just live 10 minutes away from them. They know that. Do they care? No. It's like they get fun out of seeing that woman struggle with that son or that boy. I'm sorry, with that son or that daughter. It's like they get a kick out of that. They see her struggling. They see her trying to do it on her own, busting her behind. They're happy for that. Um, Another comment that is so true. That is so true. The B2B TV network comment is as follows. It's sad because they are disconnected from the kid because they have no feelings for her, for the woman. And that's the same thing that one of the other viewers, Brownie, said. It's the same thing. Because they have no feelings for the woman. They feel they got no feelings for that child. Excuse my language, but that's fucked up. Because if you know you had no feelings for that woman, don't go ruin that woman's life. Don't go and ruin her life. If you know you don't want nothing serious with her, if you know it's a possibility that if this woman get pregnant, you're going to run or you're not going to be there or you're going to skip states or skip countries, don't go ruin that woman's life. If you see in the club, you see in the strip club, you grab a little dance, you buy her a drink, y'all converse for a little while, and you be out. Or if you don't even want to do any of the above, you don't say anything to her. You just let her be. You just watch her from afar. You just look at her and be like, yo, she's nice. She's bad. But in the back of your mind, you know you don't want nothing serious with her. Don't go and ruin that woman's life. Do not. Because she's the one left with that burden. And not to say the kid is a burden, because no child should be a burden to no man or to no woman. But she's left with that responsibility on her own. Now she got to probably work 2 jobs, possibly 3 jobs, and go to school to make a better living for her and her child, or for her and her children. That's wrong. That's very true. That's very true. Case of being in a kid's life, it plays a big role. That plays a big role because these kids don't. Granted, they have the mother. Yes, they have the mother. They have the mother. They probably have the mother's mother, which is the grandmother. That's true. But that kid needs a father figure in his or her life. He or she needs that father figure in his life. Another comment from the B2B TV network. Some turn out to be gay. Some turn out to be gay and searching for love, searching for a man's love. And that's true. That is also true. Because, they didn't get that love from their father. Granted, some kids probably didn't get the love from their mother, but we're focused on these inactive fathers. Some didn't get that love from the fathers, and they turn and be like, I'm going to be gay. Because they're sitting down in their room. They're sitting down probably in class. And they're thinking, they're like, yo, this can't be it. Like, I need love. And they just go the other route. They go and look for a man. And they be gay. As opposed to some women who have a father figure in their life. Very few will probably turn gay, but then what they will do, they'll go out there and sleep with every man they come across. And this is why it's important for fathers to be in their daughter's life. Because of this one point right here. As a father, you being in your daughter's life, you're teaching her right from wrong. You're teaching her not to fall for any and every little thing a man tells you. You're teaching her that. So as she's growing up, she's coming across men left and right. Or she could be the type that's book smart, that's only into her books. But then what about the ones that's not caught up into their books? What about the ones that want love in the wrong places? So, they're walking down the street. A guy tell them, oh, hello, gorgeous, you beautiful. Right away, they stop. Some sometimes they don't even care what the guy look like. Just because they heard they're beautiful or they're gorgeous, they stopping and they talking, not knowing they're talking to someone that's gonna probably ruin their life. Then next thing you know, the man the man see that she's easy, she's naive, she's gullible. Next thing you know, he starts pimping her. He's putting her out there on the strip. He's putting her out there to make money. Because he's telling her, yeah, I love you. I'm not going to let nothing happen to you. Just go out there and make that money for me. Go spread your legs, this, that, and the third. Now, had you been an active father in that daughter's life, she would know right from wrong. She would know not to stop to talk to any and every man that hisses at her or that tells her hello beautiful or hello gorgeous. She has a moral. She has standards. She know what she want out of life, as well as she probably not ready for a man. She's probably not ready for a man. She just want to focus on her books. She want to get right. She want to be something in life. She don't want her life to be ruined at a young age. And some of these little girls out here, their lives is ruined at the age of 12. 12 years old. 12 years old. Now, how does that make a father feel, like knowing you got a daughter out there and she's spreading her legs to every man she come across, or she's getting gangbanged, sad to say, because she don't have no guidance, or she didn't have any guidance, no one to show her right from wrong. It's crazy. Makesa has a good comment. What happens if you have a father that's in their kid's life but don't interact with them via twin? That right there, this is my advice. This is my advice. If you know you don't have that push, or you don't have it in you to be active in your kid's life, go out there and seek help. Go talk to someone. Go see a shrink. Go see someone and talk to them and let them push you for you to find that inner father in you. That's what I call it, that inner father. Go seek help. And men out there nowadays, they too cocky. They don't want help. They feel I'm the man. I don't need help. I don't need to talk to anyone about my problems. But sometimes in this world, you need to talk to someone. Sorry. You need to talk to someone in this world. You can't go through life holding in so much in your heart and thinking it's not going to affect you later down the line. Because sooner or later, you're going to crash. You are going to crash. So for that comment right there, Makesa, like that father, he needs to seek help. He needs to go out there and talk to someone. Nothing wrong with talking, getting help. Nothing's wrong with it. Only a fool would not seek help. That's how I see it. Only a fool would not seek help. Seek help. Franklin Link, that's a good comment right there. Because the woman resents the man in turns resents the child. That right there is that's very true, because you have some women, they do resent the man. They resent the man. They don't want to have nothing to do with the man. And then the man, knowing this woman don't want to have anything to do with him, or she resent him, he knows that in his mind and in his heart. So he automatically feels, I resent the kid. You resent me, so I'm going to resent the kid. And once again, that's, excuse my language, but that's fucked up. That is really fucked up. If that woman resents you, so what? Move on. You fall off that broom, you get back up. But you don't resent that kid, or you don't resent that child. You know what you do? You prove to her, like, okay, you resent me. Well, I'm going to be in this kid life regardless. I'm going to be in this kid life, let this kid know who I am. I'm going to let this kid know I'm his father or I'm her father. So that's how you handle that. Good evening, Yolanda. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you for tuning in. That's ooh, wow. Yes, yes, Brownie. I would love to read that whole comment, but I'm a definitely touch the basis on that comment right there. But yeah, the kid do suffer. The child does suffer because then next thing you know, they're choosing gangs, homosexuality, um, like their mannerism, like it's crazy. And as a father and as a provider, I can't see myself knowing I have a kid out there or knowing I have children out there and I'm not stepping up to that plate. Because when something happens to that child, you gonna be the one looking stupid in the end. Because then when you have to go to that morgue, God forbid, and you have to identify that body, you gonna be the one stuck with that hurt and that pain in the long run and in the end. Because you knew you had that child or you knew you had that daughter and you playing it like I don't care. So in the long run, you're hurting yourself as well. These inactive fathers, you're really hurting yourself as well. And for all those inactive fathers out there, step up to the plate. You made your bed, now lay in it. You made that bed with that woman, lay in that bed, pull them covers up, make that pillow nice and comfortable for your head, and you get to work. Because there's too many kids out here that's suffering, that's hurting, that's dying, that's getting locked up doing 25 to life at the age of 13 and 14 and 15, and they have a father out there. Them kids should not be going through that. Them kids should not be going to jail at the age of no 13. He picked up a gun. He had an altercation with a next young kid. He picked up a gun and he shot him, or he picked up a knife and he thought he was just gonna cut him or slice him. And next thing you know, that next child is dead. So he's doing 25 to life. Now, had he had a father in his life or a role model, he would teach him and tell him that's wrong. You get into a problem. Now, as coming from a West Indian background, because my parents, they're Guyanese. You growing up, you get in an altercation with the next young man. You always have your hands. You always have your hands because guess what? You're gonna live to see another day. But when you pick up a knife or a gun or something violent, it's a 50-50 chance you're looking at either a jail cell or you might get killed. Because let's say you go pull that gun and you don't know what you're doing, but then the other kid now, he knows how to use a gun or he knows how to he knows how to disarm you and take that gun or that knife away. He use it on you. So it's a 50-50 chance. So either or, you still losing because it's either jail or it's death. Now you using your hands, you know you're going to live to see another day. You know, after that fight with that next man, that next child, you're going to go to sleep and wake up in your own bed, go in your own kitchen, go to your own bathroom, go take your own shower. You don't have to be told what to do, when to do it, how to do it. You know you good. You know you're good. It's true in the case of some men have too much pride. Some men have too much pride, and they need to get out that. They need to get out that. They need to get out that cockiness. That pride should get you killed, or that pride should or ruin your life. That will ruin your life, and men need to stop putting that pride. They need to stop poking their chest out, thinking they got too much pride to ask for help, or they got too much pride to say, Hey son, how was your day at school? Hey daughter, how was your day at school? Put that pride to the side. Because you're only hurting that child. That's a very good question, Keisha. That's a very good question. Keisha comments states, as an active father, I'm sorry. Can an active father be inactive? And her example is he pays child support but doesn't see his kids. Um, really and truly, an active father, once I see it like this. Once he's active because that's in his heart. He was brought up on those morals. He was brought up on on a good upbringing. So regardless to what, he can't be an inactive father because all he know how to be is an active father. And as for him paying child support, but he doesn't see his kids, that right there, like the woman, she's wrong for that because you're getting child support from this man. Why not let him see his kids? It might not be the money you want to get. It might not be the amount you want to get, but don't hinder that. Don't keep that man's kids away from him because he's trying to do his best to remain and stay an active father in that child's life. So then what happens if he goes inactive and he's not doing anything? And I noticed that a lot. I noticed that a lot with women. The fathers that's active, that's in their kids' lives, they put that man through hell. But these men out here that's inactive, they see the kid whenever they want. They had a kid outside chilling with them. And mind you, this is an inactive father. This man ain't do shit for that child. This man ain't buy no formula. This man ain't buy no Pampers. This man ain't buy no baby clothes. This man ain't buy nothing. And he falls under the category as an inactive father. But you're letting him get his way. You're not putting him on child support. You're not hurting him. But the man that is doing and that is active and that wants to be in his child's life, you throw him on child support. And vice versa, that a man putting a woman on child support, like he really needs to seek help because something is wrong there. I mean, I don't know the situation. It could be certain situations why the man put the woman on child support, but he needs to seek help, really and truly. That Brownie, that's you have a good comment right there as well. Um, Brownie comment states, no father in a child's life, no father in a child life. The child is vulnerable to anything that comes their way. My opinion is money cannot substitute for a man being in a child's life. They say a child would rather you spend time with him than spend money on him. Money is not the solution or the replacement of being in a child's life. Money cannot teach a child life lessons, life experiences, or teach you how to think or teach you values or morals. Only a true man can teach you those things, not money. Look at all the millionaires or the star athletes that have money, but their children still go astray because they do not play an active part in their lives. That is so true. That is so true. Money can't do everything. And that right there, I want all these bitter women to see. Like you putting that man on child support, but that's just material. That's just material things. That's just material things. That's just for you to go get your nails done, for you to go get your feet done, but you're not spending none of that money on that child. And isn't that child support? It's child support. It's for the child to support that child, not to support your habit, not to support you doing your hair and your nails and your feet, or for you to go buy a nice outfit to go to that club to go meet up with the next dude, have another kid, and then he opts out on you, and then you going through this all over again. Money does not buy happiness, and that's true. That's very true, Brownie. That's very true. Money does not buy happiness. These kids out here, as I stated, for episode 1 last week, with my son, him going to like the store and getting ice cream, that puts a smile on his face. That puts a smile on his face because he's spending quality time with his father, with his dad. Like that's what matters. That's what matters more than money. And really and truly, like I would rather devote all my time than devote all my money on a child, because I'm teaching that child morals. I'm teaching that child substance. I'm teaching that child. I'm teaching that child how to be a man. I'm in that child's life. That's what matters more to me. That's what matters more to me than throwing a little $20, $40, $100 to the mother, or like, no. Time spent with that child is more important to me. Comment from the B2B network. These men don't realize one day they're going to grow old and they're going to need their kids to be there for them. That's so true. I know quite a few older men suffering alone with no family because they weren't there for their kids. What goes around comes around, and that's karma. That is very true. What you doing to these kids, it's going to come back to you. Remember, it's just time. Your time just ain't come yet. So all these inactive fathers that think what they're doing is the way to go, your time ain't come yet. Because when your time comes and you get old, and that kid you was looking for, that kid you're looking for to come there and give you some baby food. Because remember, when you get old, you go back into the baby stages. We all know that. You go back into the baby stages. You got to start wearing Depends. You got to be fed. And you looking for your son or your daughter, and they looking at you like, you wasn't there for me. You weren't there for me when I was growing up. So why do I need to be there for you as you're getting old? And these inactive fathers are not thinking. They don't see that. They really don't see that. And what goes around comes around. And we all know it comes around 10 times harder. It might not come around karma for karma, but it might come back. Everything you done did might come back to you like 10 to 20 times worse. And you sitting there like, yo, where's all this coming from? Why am I suffering this way? Why am I hurting this way? Sit down and think back to what you did 20 years ago to those kids you made and then take care of them. That's your answer right there. That's your answer right there. Keisha comment is, what if the man chooses not to see the kids but does pay child support? Would you still consider him an active father? Ooh, no. I wouldn't consider him an active father because I'm sorry. I wouldn't consider him an active father because you're paying child support, but you don't want to see your kids. You're not an active father. Because it's like you're saying, here, take my money and leave me alone. You getting money to take care of that kid or those kids, leave me alone. So you're not an active father. I honestly say you fall in the category of as a inactive father. I mean, granted, yes, you're paying child support, but you're taking the easy way out the window. You're paying that child support, but you don't want to see these kids. Why you don't want to see these kids? Because you're ashamed of the woman. You're mad at the woman that you laid down and slept with. That's your fault, buddy. So you taking the easy way out because you're paying the child support, but you don't want to see them kids. So all the mother could tell the kid or the kids is, daddy took care of you, but daddy didn't want to see you? Like, really? Are you serious? Nah. Them inactive fathers, they need to step up to the plate once again. Step up to the plate while you still got time. Seek help. Go to a church. Go find God. Seek help. Talk to someone. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be ashamed. Talk to someone. Um, the other question, the other question is, what is your meaning of an active father? Because we just, broke down the inactive. So what's your definition of an active father? Now, an active father to me, an active father is someone who's there for that child no matter what, regardless to what. He is there for that child. You know, he's a part of that kid's life. He's however it's going. If you're good on good terms with the mother, if you're on bad terms, y'all come to that understanding. Y'all can co-parent. He's doing his part as an active father. He's supplying money. And when I say money, like money to help out with the Pampers, the wipes, the milk. He's doing his part. He's taking his kid or his kids to daycare. He's picking them up. He's a part of everything that goes on that kid's life. He's there. That's an active father. He's there. That kid has a show at the school. He's there. That kid has a school trip. He's there. Now, we all know growing up, because I know for me growing up, when I had school trips, now we all know in elementary, growing up, like if you have a school trip, the teachers give you the permission slip. You could bring your parent, you could bring a sister, or a brother. They have to be over 18. We all wanted someone to be on that school trip with us. Whether if it was going to the zoo, whether if it was going to the train museum, no matter where it was going, really and truly, no matter where it was going, we all wanted someone to be there with us on that trip. Now, that's an active father who bends backwards, who goes above and beyond for that child, despite the relationship he has with the mother. He's going above and beyond for that child. Now, it makes you feel good as a father knowing you're active in your children's life. That makes you feel good that you went on that school trip with your son and your daughter. That makes you feel good. Your son and your daughter, it's Halloween. You go trick or treating with them. It makes you feel good. Your son and your daughter got a candy sale. You going out there with your son and your daughter helping to sell candy. All that makes you feel good. And if it don't make you feel good, it damn sure as hell make me feel good as a father. And it's crazy because to all those men out there that are active fathers in their kids' life, I salute you. I salute you with the utmost respect. And never stop being an active father in your kid's life. Never. Because these kids nowadays, they're our future. We need to be in their lives. We need to step up to the plate and we need to be that role model that they need and that they deserve. Not only need, but that they deserve. We need to be that role model. And that's like that's a little parts of an active father. Like you just being there for your kid, for your children. You doing for them, you going above and beyond for them. You letting them know you exist. You letting them know they have a father. They don't only have a mother, they have a father. They have a daddy that when you hurt, if you have a problem, if it's some person you don't want to talk to with your mother, you call up your father like, daddy, such and such, blah blah blah, and you talk to that kid like you be there for them, for these kids. Do not distance yourself from these kids. Be there for these kids. You run to them kids. You run to them. As if they're trying to run away from you, you run to them. And when I say that, you have some kids that they don't want to be around their father. So, they want to hang with their friends. They want to hang with their homeboys. They just want to be doing their own thing as a boy. And we all know that's when they get to that age of being a teen. Being a teen, they just want to distance themselves from their father. They don't want to, have their father on their back. So if you go through that, you're gonna go through it. You run to that kid no matter what. You still chase after that kid. You tell him, son, I'm your father. I'm going to be there regardless to what. You push me away all you want, but I'm going to always be here for you. I'm going to always be here for you. Brownie his comment is, I think education is also the key, and it should also be taught in school in regards to being a responsible father or man. Many do not know the true responsibility of being a father until you are actually one. That's true. Being an active father is not just responsibility, but you should enjoy your child and have fun with your child as well. Being a father means creating a strong bond with your child or children. Yo, Brownie, I salute you. I salute you 100%. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you. And you have a point right there. You have a point. Education do play a key. Education do play a key in with these fathers. Fathers, children, it does play a key. Like, you want to grow, you want to have a strong bond with your child, with your children. And as I stated on my first episode last week, me and my son, we have a certain bond. My son comes in from school. He know to text me. He know to call me. Let me know you're home. And not only that, but spending time with him, we have a bond because we could talk. I let my son know right off the back. You could talk to me about anything. Not only am I your father, but I'm your friend. But more importantly, I'm your father first. So me and my son, we have that bond. Like, we could talk about anything. If something's bothering you, you tell me. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to feel no way about you. If you tell me something, we're going to talk about it. We're going to get through this together. I'm not going to let you get through this by yourself. And a lot of these fathers, they could know their child is going through something. They could care too less of what's going on in the kid's life. And that goes back to the other statement, the other comment. That's when some of these kids turn to being gay because they don't have that love. They don't have that bond that they're supposed to get from their father. And they turn and get it from they turn and get it from a next man just in the wrong way. So that's a great point right there, Brownie. That's a great point right there. In the B2B TV network comment, discipline is key as well. Yes, discipline is key. Discipline is key with these kids nowadays. You have to be on their backs. You can't ease up a little on these kids' backs nowadays. You have to be on their back. When they turn around, they got to see your face. When they sleeping and the thought of them doing something bad, they got to see your face. Because you discipline them to that point. They're going to be scared of you. They're going to fear you. But in a way, they're not going to want to... I'm sorry. In a way that they're not going to want to do anything to get in trouble. Because they know if they do something wrong or something bad, they know daddy going to whoop my behind. Daddy gonna tear me a new one. So yes, discipline plays a big part as well. And my case is comment. Some parents act as both mother and father. That's true. Some parents do. Some parents do play both roles. It's sad in a way. In a way, it's sad because a mother should just be a mother and do her part, and a father should be a father and do his part. But because nowadays these parents get together and it was a one night stand or it wasn't meant to last this long, they can't even stand each other. So then that results to the mother playing both roles, the mother and father, or that results to the father who's a active father in his kid's life. He plays both roles. And when I say both roles, he's playing the mother and the father. Now I see on Facebook, I see some fathers, they be putting up little videos with their daughters. They're braiding their daughter's hair. Some of these fathers, they can't come across another woman to be a good role model, as a mother for their daughter. So some of them have to learn how to do stuff on their own. Some of them have to learn how to braid their daughter's hair. Some of them have to learn how to, play T, play T with their daughters. Which fathers should play T with their daughters. You have a daughter, you 9 times out of 10, your daughter want to play T with the father and not the mother. Yeah, they'll play T with the mother, but they want the father to dress up. They want the father to, have the tea party with them. Now it's imaginary tea you're drinking. It's imaginary and all of that, but it's the thought. It's that bond. It's that bond with that daughter that counts and that matters. Now you might feel you're being a big idiot, you're being a big fool. So what? That's your child. That's your child. If you gotta be a fool and an idiot for your child, so be it. Because granted, I'm gonna play a fool for my daughter or my son, depending on what it is. But you gotta be there for these kids. These kids need us. These kids need us. And these fathers know that these kids need us, and they don't care. And that's wrong. That's ultimately wrong. That is wrong. Now I will. Oh, before I say my statement, the B2B TV network, dads are more playful. That's true. Dads are more playful. Because you have some mothers that they can't be playful. They feel because they're grown. They don't want to play this. They don't want to play that. Some dads are more playful. That is very true. Some dads are more playful. I just wanted to put this out there. For me, growing up, I might sound a little, bougie with this right here, but I always idolized the Cosby Show. I always idolized that relationship that Claire and what's this Bill Cosby had. I always idolized that bond they had with them kids. Because Bill Cosby was the father first, but he was playful. He was in his kids' lives. He was on Theo. He was on Theo's back. It was an episode and this is a good point right here. It was an episode Theo had a little clip of weed. It was found in his locker. It wasn't Theo's. It was one of Theo's football mates. It was his joint. And I believe the principal was coming, so he threw it in Theo's locker, in Theo's book or something like that, in his locker. So Theo went home threw his book down on the bed. His father saw it. His father, Bill Cosby, saw the weed, the blunt, the clip. I'm sorry, because I don't smoke, so I don't know what to word it or how to call it, what to call it. But Bill Cosby put so much fear in Theo that when Theo saw that blunt and he knew it wasn't his, Theo went to that school that next day and found, and the dude was a bigger dude than Theo. Theo was scared and everything. But he told him, like, yo, I care how my parents view me as. I care that my father knows I'm on the right track and I'm not trying to be this type of kid. So Theo was ready to knuckle up with the student. And if y'all remember this episode, y'all know I'm not lying. Theo was ready to knuckle up with that dude, with his student, with his friend, his classmate. I'm sorry, with his classmate, just to get his classmate to the house to tell his father and his mother that wasn't his joint. And you know why? Because Theo was scared of his father. He ain't want no static with Bill Cosby. He did not want no static with him. But he stood up like a man, and he was gonna take an ass whooping. Excuse my language. He was gonna take an ass whooping just to prove to his father and his mother that that's not him. That he has good morals growing up. That he was raised the right way. That he was taught school comes first. Education comes first. And that kid, the kid came over to the house and he explained. He was like, yeah, that was my joint. I'm sorry. The kid came over to the house. He explained to them, it was my joint. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, put it in Theo's bag, his locker, whatever. But the point I'm trying to make, Bill Cosby put that fear in Theo's heart that Theo cared how his parents viewed him. Their opinions about him mattered. It mattered. Yes, B2B TV network. That was one of my favorite shows growing up as well. And Respect as well. Respect. But as fathers, sometimes you gotta put that fear in these kids in their heart. Like, you gotta put that fear in them, like, yo, you do wrong, you gonna deal with me when you get home. Or if y'all co-parent and y'all don't live together, when you come to my house, you gonna deal with me. Because I'm not busting my behind, working, grinding, possibly doing 2 jobs, 3 jobs to give you everything, to give you the life I never had, for you to go out there and mess it up. No, it's not going like that. I'm not going out there busting my behind to give you that life and you don't care. I'm sorry. So being an active father, man, I salute to all y'all active fathers out there. All y'all fathers that's active in y'all kids' life. Y'all doing everything with y'all kids. Y'all taking them to the movies. Y'all taking them to football games, basketball games, whatever it is. I salute all y'all active fathers. And you will be rewarded in a major way. Because all good deeds will get answered. Like the man up above is not going to see you doing what you're doing and he doesn't bless you in a great way. It might not, like we all know, it might not come when you want, but he's always on time. He's always on time. And to y'all, to them active fathers out there, man, keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't give up on them kids. If you see them going down the wrong path, you jump on their back. Now this right here, as an active father and as a real father, if you see your kid going down the wrong path, now let's say you work a 9 to 5. If you got to leave your job, if you got to leave work an hour or 2 later just to run up to your kid's school to make sure your kid is in class, just to make sure your kid is in school, then do it. Do it. Show that kid that you care. Show that kid that you love him. Show that kid that you're not going to see him go down the wrong... Show that kid you're not going to see him or her go down the wrong path and you don't shape them up. Because it's discipline. You got to discipline them. You got to talk to them. And I think... Salute, Corey. Salute. Amen. And I think that's what's wrong as well these fathers not talking to these kids. Now, the fathers that do talk to the kids, salute. I respect it. I respect you all. But the ones that's not, that could be a reason. That could be a part. You got to talk to these kids. Like, show these kids you care. Show these kids you want to be in their lives and you want to see them be nothing but great. Show them that you want them to be better than you. Because really and truly, I want my kids to be better than me. I want them to be better than me. I want them to be better than me in basketball, better than me in football. Because growing up, that was my forte. But mainly football. I was a beast out there on that football field. And so be it, if my son chooses that route, I want him to be better than me. Be better than me in anything he do. And these fathers out here should want the same for their kids. You should want your kids to be better than you. Be great. Don't be lazy. Be great. Step up to the plate. Because think about it. Just because, and this is to the inactive fathers, just because your father wasn't in your life, that does not have to be the ending of your story. You could rewrite that. You could rewrite the ending. Just because your father wasn't in your life, you could go out there and bust your behind and be in your kid's life. And you want to know why? Because I'm living proof of it. I'm living proof of that. My pops wasn't in my life like that. He was in and out of my life. He was a up and down father. But because he wasn't in my life that much, and he didn't come to games and football and whatever, just because he wasn't there, that made me to grow up, to have the heart that I have to be in my kid life, to be in my kid's life. Because just because he wasn't there for me, that don't mean I got to do the same to my kids. No. No, it don't work like that. You should want your kids to be great. You should want your kids to be great. And it's sad that these kids out here are falling subject to not having role models, not having a father in their life. It's sad. It is really sad. And to show how much being a father means to me, I'm in the works right now of putting something together for next year, for the ending of the school year for the kids. It's just something to give back. It's just a party. Something to give back. Just for kids that graduated, whether it was 5th grade going to 6th grade, whether it's 8th grade going into high school. That's what really and truly people lacking at. Like, we're not giving back to these kids. We're not rewarding them. We're not taking them on trips. Well, not me. I mean, I'm doing my part. I can't speak for those inactive fathers, but for the active fathers, like that counts. Being in these kids' life, reward them. Reward them. Take them one weekend, if you can, jump on a plane, take them somewhere. Tour the world with them. Life is too short. Tour the world with your kids. Life is too short. At least your kids could say, if, God forbid, you close your eyes, your kids could say, my daddy did this with me. My daddy did that with me. My daddy taught me this. My daddy taught me that. My daddy was in my life. That's what matters. That's the best rewarding feeling in life. And really and truly, the best rewarding feeling is when my son tells me he loves me. Just out of the blue. We could just be randomly just chilling. We could just be chilling, watching TV. My son will look at me and be like, Daddy, I love you. And I'm like, I love you too. And it just melts your heart, because it's like, it feels good. It feels good knowing your son or your daughter loves you. We have a comment from Corey. Corey comment is, you know how that made you feel, not having your father I'm believe having your father in your life. Yeah, I do know how I feel. I do know how that feel not having that father in my life because growing up, I had a neighbor. I was jealous of my neighbor because jealous of him jealous of him because his father was in his life. And I respect that man. I will always give that man the utmost respect. Because growing up, that man would be going to Toys R Us. That man would knock on my door and ask my mother, "Oh, you know, me and the son, we going to Toys R Us, or we're going to Discovery Zone. Is it okay, you know, if I tag along?" And I didn't have that with my pops. My pops was a deadbeat. I didn't have that with my pops. So every time my next door neighbor father would go somewhere, he would always tag me along. Always tag me along. And I will always respect that man. I will always respect that man. And for those, I'm gonna put it out there. That man he goes by the name of Mr. Calvin. That man was that father that I never had. That man was the father that I never had. And it's crazy because as I was getting older and I would see my father come around, it used to make me think like, how you as my father, how you as my father feel this next man who's not my father is taking me all these places, taking me out, you know, to eat, going to Toys R Us, riding our bikes together. How does that make you as my real father feel? Like, you don't feel away, you don't feel hurt, you don't feel knowing the kid you planted in this world, is being what's the word I'm looking for? Is being treated great by another man, and it's not you. Like, I don't get it. Like, that used to be on my mind growing up, like looking at my father when he would come in the house. Like when he was in the picture, with him coming in the house, I'm looking at him and it's like, yesterday I just went to Toys R Us. We just went to Toys R Us and had fun, bought toys, bought video games. And me and my next door neighbor, we used to go at it with video games. We was always at it with video games. And it's like, you as my real father, you don't feel a way that this man bought me video games, that this man bought me Christmas gifts, and you as my real father ain't buy me shit? Something wrong. Something wrong. Brownie comment is, I also believe that understanding is an important tool between a man and a woman. If they both decide to have children, had to crush this nasty cycle that commonly plagues our community, we as black men and women also have to come to the realization that the system we live under is to destroy the black family. And we as men must understand our role as active fathers. Our women were given government assistance for producing an abundance of children, more money. Our people bought into this government setup. So we as men as well as women have to understand our roles so we can all be strong. You are absolutely correct. Some do not have active fathers. It is not an excuse not to be successful. You can still achieve a lot in your life without an active father. But I believe having one in your life will make things a lot easier and better. That is true, Brownie. You on point tonight. You are really on point tonight. And I see we have the same mindset, same views. And you're right. You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right with that comment right there. Like, it's crazy. Like, it is really crazy that we know what's going on, but we're playing blind to it. And a lot of people, they running away from it. A lot of you have some people they have children, they run out there, they run to the system, they run to get help. Granted, like that's all you want for yourself. Is that all you want for yourself? Like, it's not all I would want. I would want more and more and more. But it's crazy. It's really, the system is to destroy us. That comment right there, Brownie, you're absolutely right. Some fathers, man, I really don't know what to say. Like, I really don't know how to call it. I don't know how to call it. I don't know what to say. Like, be in your kids' lives. That's what I can say. Be in your kid's life. Step up to the plate. Right your wrongs. If you've been an inactive father all your life, step up to the plate. Be an active father. Be that father that son or that daughter can look to you and say, that's my father over there, or that's my daddy over there. Like, how do you feel knowing you got kids out there and your kids don't even acknowledge you, let alone you don't acknowledge them? Like, that's fucked up. Excuse my language, but that's fucked up. And the B2B TV network, buy him a Christmas gift. Wait, buy who a Christmas gift? Buy my father a Christmas gift, or buy my next door neighbor a Christmas gift? I got a little lost with that one right there. But if it is buy my next door neighbor a Christmas gift, yeah, we used to always exchange gifts growing up. That was one thing. My mother, she would, buy gifts. They would buy gifts, and we exchange them around Christmas time. So, yeah, we did that. Oh yeah, the neighbor, the neighbor, we always exchange gifts over the years. Like, I really feel if it wasn't for Mr. Calvin, like, I wouldn't know what a good father is, like a good role model, because everything I saw that man do for his kids, as well as include me in it, that opened my mind, that opened my heart, that opened my eyes. Like, this is a real father. This is an active father right here. And I would rather be an active father any day opposed to being an inactive father. Corey comment. Corey has 5 kids and he can't imagine being in his kid's life. Yeah, being in his kid's life. I mean, I feel the same way. I can't imagine knowing I have kids out here and, like, I'm not a part of their lives. Like, I don't know what's going on in their lives. Like, I can't imagine that. I really can't imagine that. But I mean, these inactive fathers, man, get active. Get in your kid's life. Step up to the plate. It's not too late. Step up to the plate. I mean, if the kids are a teenager now, it might be late, but you can always right your wrongs. You can always sit that kid down, or that son or that daughter, and tell them, I was a loser when you was born. I was a loser, but I want to be in your life. I want to be a part of your life. You can always right your wrong. It'll don't get me wrong now. It'll take time. For that kid to accept you, but it's worth a shot. Like, for example, look at Jay-Z. Look at Jay-Z. Jay-Z pops walked out on his mother when he was a kid. Jay-Z, and I believe in a interview I came across, Jay-Z said his father just lived up the street from him. But then look what happened. Jay-Z, got big. He let his father back into his life. He accepted his father. He took his father for the mistakes he made. But then look what happened. His father passed. Now, had his father been in his life, you know, even if he had walked out of the mother's life, now had he been in Jay-Z's life, regardless to what, they probably would have had a stronger relationship. I mean, I don't know the relationship they had, but from what I came across on YouTube, seeing an interview with him, he let his father back in his life, and it's just so sad that his father passed, like, a couple months down the line, or maybe a year down the line. Corey, that's true. That's true. That comment right there, that's true. And Corey comment is that man that took you as his own is really the one who taught you how to be a father. That's true. That is true. And if my real father was watching this right now, I know he'd feel hurt. But it's facts. It is facts. Like, accept it for what it is. It is really facts. And that's what would hurt me, knowing I have kids out here, and the next man is teaching my kids how to be a father, or teaching my kids stuff I'm supposed to be teaching my kids. So you're right about that, Corey. I salute you on that. I salute you on that. But, it's, after my time, and we're going to wrap this up. We touched some good key points. I want to salute everyone that, left their comments. I hope I was able to answer everyone back. If I wasn't, I do apologize. But I will, answer everyone as the comments come along, because I want to read them in a timely order. But as I stated earlier, if you have any questions, if you have anything you want to talk about, or you want me to talk about on Jay's spot, you can send me an email. And my email, I stated it earlier, but I'm gonna state it again. My email is actorjrichards@gmail.com. Once again, that email is actorjrichards@gmail.com. Yeah, I want to thank everyone for tuning in, for being a part of this Jay's spot. I salute everyone. I can't do this without you guys. Like, I'm glad you all, gave me an hour and a half of your time. I do appreciate that. We're here every Tuesday, 8 p.m. We're here every Tuesday, 8 p.m. And I will be back next week, 8 p.m. But thank you once again. I didn't say this earlier, it slipped my mind. I hope it's not too late. But if you can, look at the bottom of your screen and click the share button, so we could just share this and let my advice and these comments touch someone's heart that's an inactive father, so they could step up to the plate and be an active father. I do appreciate that. If you can click the share button and, share this to your Facebook, share this to your, if you're on Twitter, if you're on Instagram, I do appreciate it if you can share this. That I do appreciate, and I can't do it without you guys. And don't get it twisted. I have a lot of great topics coming up that I want to touch, because like I said earlier, it's topics out there that people not touching. And I have a voice, and I'm going to let it be heard, and I'm going to let men as well as women know, like, what's going on. Because some of them are blinded to the truth. Brownie, I salute you. Yes, good dialogue indeed. Peace and maintain as well. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, for your great comments. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you. Thank you for everyone that tuned in, and everyone that whether they sent me a like, whether they sent me a comment. Thank you for everyone that's tuned in. Thank you so much. But we will be back next Tuesday, 8 p.m. J Spot. Same time, same channel, Facebook Live. Trying to see if I'm forgetting anything. Thank you, Makesa. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I don't think I'm forgetting anything. I guess I'll see you guys next Tuesday, 8 p.m. for another topic of discussion. So enjoy the rest of your night, everyone, and thank you.